Hey everyone, it's Bud, and I'm back with another stuff. Today is Monday, April 3rd, and I hope you guys are doing well. It is the afternoon, which means we made it through the first day of the work week, the tough day, right? Congrats to everybody out there. We are here grinding, dog. Um, Today, I want to talk about a bunch of stuff, not too much VV related. Talk about VV in the morning. We'll go over the deals and all that, but want to talk about more investing stuff here. Just let everybody know what I'm thinking about. I got three topics to talk about today, and we're gonna kind of dive a little bit deeper into each of them. So we're gonna kind of just start off nice and early here, and just kind of hop into the first thing. First of all, I was watching a video this morning, and somebody said something that really stuck with me, and I wanted to talk about it. What the person said was that they said everyone thinks that they are the exception, and I think that this also, the person that I was watching actually said this in a completely different context, but I think that this also applies to investing in many ways, right? Um, of all the people that are investing, I mean, you got to imagine that only, a half a percent or less are going to be these people that get really lucky and actually get rich from investing, right? Get really rich from investing. Um, Majority of people, if they're smart, they can get wealthy from investing, right? Um, but I think that there's this misconception that everybody's going to be the person that's going to get rich from investing. What's particularly strange is that everybody thinks they're going to get rich from investing by listening to people on the internet, which is particularly interesting. Um, I found that to be quite interesting, which actually is a perfect segue into topic number two, which is actually about a very popular YouTuber by the name of Meet Kevin or Met Kevin, I guess I've heard people say. Um, let's talk about this guy. All right. I have a feeling that this is a person that has good intention, but is actually doing his community a disservice, right? Um, I like watch this guy just for like a lot of news updates about the market, the economy, things like that. I think that he makes pretty good content in that regard. But every day he makes content about following the stock market and following stocks and all this. But he's got this list of stocks that he likes to talk about pretty frequently, and he's got a list of stocks that he constantly is showing on his stream. And guess what? A lot of the stocks that he talks about are down and have been down for a while. You know what I mean? So a lot of the people in his community that are sitting there and they're thinking that this is what maybe is going to help make them rich. They're losing money, right? They're literally losing ground, right? I thought this was very interesting. Like he was talking about it today on his stream about how people in his like he's like reading messages from people in his audience, and people in his audience were like, I've been buying the dip for the past 3 months. Like they've been down for like 3 months straight, 4 months straight, 5 months straight, and even more even. Um, and I just want you guys to know that Meet Kevin is going about it all wrong. He's actually doing a very, very naughty thing, I would say, right? He's talking about individual stocks, which is probably not a good idea, especially with somebody the size of a platform that he has, right? Um, what you guys got to understand is that it's like all these stocks that he's talking about, people are gonna figure out what stocks they are, and they're just gonna take advantage of these people that are hopping in, because of the hype train. They're gonna find a way to take advantage of the people in his audience, and they're just gonna sit there and they're gonna keep taking advantage of them, keep taking all their money. You know what I mean? Just gonna keep taking all their money. You want my opinion? I think if he was smarter, he would be offering people primarily ETFs because they're not easily manipulable. I don't know what the word is, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like if you have a bundle of stocks, it's not like somebody can sit there and dump your stock just to make you lose a ton of money. You know what I mean? You're owning a bundle of stocks, and so I think that if he was smarter, he would have focused a little bit more effort on focusing on making wiser investments. And I feel bad for his audience, the people that are following him. Hopefully they'll transfer over to my channel and I can actually show them how to make real money, like the boring and methodical way. We'll find out though, won't we? We'll see how long these people are willing to withstand their pain before they realize that people on the internet don't have their best interests at heart, right? Alrighty. So that's kind of one big topic, and now I want to talk about the next big topic, which is inflation again, okay? I'm sorry, I'm beating you guys over the head with inflation, but there's more stuff that I saw news about that I needed to talk about. Uh, First of all, Warren Buffett had an interview with Charlie Munger. They're basically both just like 90-year-old investor dudes, right? Um, and Warren Buffett implied that inflation was happening, and from my perception of what he said, he was kind of giving he was kind of suggesting that maybe inflation is worse than the government is leading on, which I feel like anybody with a brain would assume that that's the case. But it's good to hear somebody like Warren Buffett say that. And so let's just talk about this a little bit, okay? So I wanted to talk about inflation and why the government is perfectly fine with allowing inflation to happen and why they're basically forcing it to happen, okay? Basically, there's kind of like two possibilities with this pandemic kind of that people are foreseeing, or like two kind of strong economic possibilities. One is in hyperinflation and one is deflation, okay? Here's the thing. If hyperinflation happens, right? Then that means that the debt that the government holds is worth less value, which means that the debt is easier to pay off, isn't it? Right? But contrary, if deflation happens, the debt gets much harder to pay off. And to be honest with you, I don't really understand how we're even expected to pay off the debts we have anyways. So I think that in my mind, what the government is figuring is we would much rather cause hyperinflation than cause deflation, right? And I think that that's kind of their philosophy here going into this downturn. If you guys disagree with me, let me know. Tell me I'm crazy. But I think that that's what they're doing. They're printing a ton of money. They're pretending like inflation isn't a big deal. And I mean, I think that that's because they're trying to prevent deflation. And somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just totally off base here, but that's what I'm thinking. Now, I watched a video um, with somebody on CNBC television. I don't remember who it was. Believe his first name was Mohammed. He was on this morning, very early this morning, and he was talking about the fact that the government's referring to the inflation as transitory, which is this idea that the inflation is just going to kind of happen and then it's just going to pass us by and we're going to be okay. And the person on CNBC was basically saying like, I don't think that there's any evidence to say it's going to be transitory, and so we should be approaching inflation with an open mind, and that it could be more than transitory, right? And I agree with him wholeheartedly, entirely 1000% on that. No reason to suspect, no reason to predict what we think is going to happen here. Um, with that being said, they also mentioned two very huge companies that are going to be raising prices, Coca-Cola and Procter and Gamble. And I have a feeling that we're going to be hearing about more companies raising their prices in the near future. And so, with that being said, I mean, all of my inflation talk, I mean, I'm telling you guys, anybody, like, here's all I can say is that inflation is a tax on the poor. The people that don't know that inflation is happening are the ones that are going to be taken advantage and the ones that are going to lose the most. I think that the way I see it right now, the value of the dollar is losing about 1% of value per month, right? So if you have $100 in the bank, the government's basically taking $1 per month, right, from you. Yeah, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and they're taking it through inflation. Think about that. Um, So with that being said, like my tip as always, man, anybody that's holding assets, it does not matter what the asset is, I feel like. You just have to be holding assets. If you're wondering for what tips I have to protect yourself from inflation, holding assets, holding stocks, holding gold, holding cryptocurrency, holding Pokemon cards, holding a asset, holding real estate, holding any asset, right, is going to be better than holding cash. I'm starting to rethink this whole philosophy of having 3 months of an emergency fund in the bank. If you have a semi-liquid asset like cryptocurrency, I don't necessarily know if you need 3 months worth of cash in the bank because the government is stealing that money from you. Please, somebody let me know about somebody let me know below if you feel the same way about the emergency fund in the bank. All right. Anyways, guys, if you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Please drop a sub on this video, drop a like on this video, drop a comment on this video, um, and and let's get to this next giveaway at 1,000 subs. We're getting there, man. We're kind of slow grinding up there, man. It's whatever. I'm not out here forcing you guys to sub to my channel. You guys know me. I'm not like that, right? So let's just keep on having fun, growing as a community, and let me know how your day is going in the comments. I appreciate everybody, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning. Peace.